postgame statement from Coach.
Big win for the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles. Big win for our football program. Very excited for our players. Very excited for alumni. Our whole university. Had a great crowd, homecoming crowd, and a lot of our former players back, and just extra special. And these guys, I couldn't be more proud of how these guys have responded to. We had really started off strong in August and September. Really struggled there a couple of weeks in a row at home when we had two big opponents in here in UT Martin and Austin P. But really responded well. Our team really, we took a hard look in the mirror and said, look, we got a good football team. We're better than that. We need to coach better. We need to play better. We kind of drew a line in the sand and said, let's go out and let's respond. We had a pretty lengthy team meeting in here that day just to make sure that we all got on the same page, coaches and players. And the guys responded very well. The staff responded very well. We went out and had a great week of practice, and I think the win at Murray last week really gave us a lot of confidence for this game. And really, it was a similar type game, and what I mean by that, this was a game to where we needed to possess the football. We needed to limit their offensive possessions if we could. They're very dynamic on offense. Their wide receivers are as good as anybody I've seen, and I've coached in this league for over played and coached in this league for 30, 40 years, and the receivers they have is as good a receiver core as I have seen, especially in person. Those guys are big and long and can run, and they're again very talented there. They could score on any play. You look at possession time in the game. We had it 38 minutes, real similar to what we did last week, to where they only had it around 24 minutes. So we had the ball 16 minutes longer than they did. We scored in the red zone every time. When you possess the ball, you got to score the ball, and that's something we were big on offensively all week. We were able to do that. We came up short a time or two last week's game against Murray. This week we were able to score in the red zone. We were 5 for 5 scoring in the red zone. We responded with offensive drives every time we needed it. And we did not turn the football over offensively. They had 2 big turnovers in the game, that were huge. Ty Carter's interception was huge, and then the interception, the fumble caused by Jamal Singleton that Cameron Hudson recovered there was a huge turnover. Then offensively, we were able to go, and again, playing complementary football, which is something that we've needed to do, where defense does good things, offense is able to feed off of it, really helping each other out. But very proud of our team, very proud of how they've responded. Puts us 6-4. Anytime you can beat Jacksonville State, it's been a while. I know it's been since 2011 since we beat Jacksonville State down there at their place. The year that Tennessee Tech won the OVC championship in 11, have not been very competitive really with Jacksonville State here in the last 8 years or so. Really have not. They've not been very close games. They've been pretty much lopsided blowouts. So for our guys, and again, our guys have done a great job of that. These guys don't look at, we want to know our history of Tennessee Tech football, but we don't spend a lot of time looking in the rearview mirror around here. We don't. It's about this 2019 team. It's about these guys and what they can do, and I'm very proud of them.
Questions?
Coach, you talked about the defense and the turnovers, but your offense had a great performance out there today too. Talk about how they were able to get it done out there.
Well, offense was really the difference in the game from the standpoint of being able to possess the ball and to drive the ball. You don't have to score a ton of points to have a great offensive game. You need to be able to possess the ball and have effective drives. 5 for 5 red zone scores, was huge. A good mix of running and throwing the football. And I think that's something that's really helped us the last 2 weeks, is having a running game. We've been able to run the football effectively. Bailey did a great job today. They really, they would play a lot of man coverage or man-free type coverage, and really nobody to account for the quarterback on certain things. We had a couple of good things there that, scheme-wise, that we were able to get a linebacker, out of the box or something, trying to cover and play man. We'd motion them back out of the backfield, and they didn't have anybody to account for the quarterback. We had some good design quarterback runs for this game that were big for the game, and then just times to where the offensive line did a nice job protecting when Bailey would step up. They're covering guys, and there's really nobody to account for him. He made some nice plays. The Bailey Fisher plays that we've been seeing, early in the year, had a couple weeks there where people were spying on him, and it was kind of hard to, people were playing coverage. They were only rushing 3, dropping 8 type people, and here today, they're playing a lot of man, so that means they're all off covering receivers, and guys are out in routes, and there was nobody to account for the quarterback. And he was a very good decision maker, when to run, when to throw. That was key today. Again, we've had 2 weeks in a row, a really good job taking care of the football. And that's what it's all about, and being able to create some turnovers on defense, and that's really and get good pressure on the quarterback. And we were able to at least get him off his spot a lot today and make him try to run around and make some plays. Our defensive line, I thought, did a really nice job on the day.
Bailey, what was it like from your perspective to have that game out there today? You had a great running game and you threw the ball well today too, as well.
I mean, we knew going into the game plan we were going to have like a lot of quarterback runs because they have trouble with it. And I mean, my whole mentality is always just do whatever the team needs to do to get the win. So I mean, if I'd have thrown for 20 yards and we still got the win, that was all that mattered to me. But I mean, it was definitely one of the fun ones. I mean, like Coach A said, it's always good to beat Jacksonville State, especially since we haven't done it in a while. So I mean, and like we've always talked about the past couple of weeks, we talk about we want to win November. We want to go and finish the season out strong and see what can happen after that.
Defensive guys, what's the big difference between these past 2 games and that 3-game stretch where y'all, the 3-game losing stretch? What's been the difference? Either one of you.
I mean, really just, we prepared well every week. It's just a matter of going out there and executing, it from a linebacker's point of view, our D-line, like today, our D-line played a great game. Me and AD are able to, benefit from them playing great. We have the quarterback scrambling when he's, in the past, that 3-game stretch, at times he'd be able to sit in there and throw the ball, but, the D-line's getting after him, and it helps us out a lot. We're benefiting off of them playing great. They played stellar all year, and it just makes things that much easier whenever we get pressure back there and just are able to make plays.
Chris, defensive line, had a fantastic game today. Zarek Cooper's numbers this season have been amazing, and a lot of that goes to the offensive line. What were you guys seeing?
Basically, it wasn't anything from any other team. Like, they were a good team, and basically what Coach Sam just had us going into it was basically make momentum plays, and that was going to basically just hit them in the mouth at the beginning of the game and just hope it's like basically just have them come out flat, because if we came out flat, and it wouldn't really help the linebackers or the whole defense as a whole. So we just want to make sure that we made plays and put pressure on the quarterback and make him make mistakes, or basically just scramble, basically just make him rush and make mistakes.
And of course, you've been here for a while, so you've been here for some of these lopsided games. How great did this one feel?
It's amazing. Yeah, this is definitely first for me actually being able to beat Jacksonville State, and I haven't had a feeling like this before. So.
And I guess for Coach, 6 wins in the season, most wins the team has had since 2011. Still 2 more to go. Sky's still the limit.
Oh, it is. It absolutely. I mean, we'll throw our hat in the ring, see what happens, and keep winning ball games. And, we got a big one on the road next week at Eastern Kentucky, and then we have Tennessee State to finish here at home. Our seniors, I talked to our senior guys, older guys, they've got 8 quarters of football left, we've really done a good a couple of weeks there, we had back-to-back weeks, and really our season was at a point to where which way is it going to go? We could just, hey, you had a good year, guys, you won 4 games, you look better this year, and our guys said, no, that's not who we are. Our coaching staff said, no, that's not what we're doing here. That's not what we came here to do. Our players the same way, we practice better. I think there's been more. We talked about investment. There's just been a little more buy-in, just a little more investment. Let's all dig and give a little bit more. Let's all see what we can do to get this thing turned around and to finish strong. And we had really a great week of practice against Murray and went, and played well in that game and won. And then same thing this week. Our guys practiced well. All week were prepared well. They were focused for this game. I mean, you could just sense the energy in pregame in the locker room and that kind of thing. And kept playing even though got down early, came back and kept playing. Did the same thing at Murray State. And that says a lot about it says a lot about the older guys on our team. They've done a great job of hanging in there and leading our team. And it says a lot about all the younger guys on the team. We have. We don't put leaders or just seniors or junior. Everybody on our team has the ability to be a leader. Everybody's got an opportunity to serve and lead on this team. So I've been really proud of how these guys have responded. They're a lot of fun to coach. I've been saying that all along. I said that even in the preseason. They really are fun to coach because they are coachable and they take the coaching. I couldn't be more proud to represent this bunch. I know this just selfishly. I would like to coach this team as long as we can. So, let's see what 2 more wins could do for the Golden Eagles. I know 8-4 and 7 FCS wins would be an outstanding season. There's a lot of things that factor in. A lot of things could happen, but a lot of things could happen, and all you can do is take care of what we can take care of, and that is to try to go on the road and get a good win next week. We've been a good road team. I know we'll have a great week of practice. Our guys will come in ready tomorrow. We'll do a team meeting tomorrow at 3:30. We'll assess this game, good, bad, and anything in between, address anything we need to address, and then we'll roll up our sleeves and we'll go back to work. And I couldn't be more excited for Tennessee Tech football, and very proud of these young men here. All these guys right here, I tell you, they are awesome, special group of guys.
Any other questions?
I'm good.
Thank you, guys.